I didn't have my first seizure until it was 2 days before my 18th birthday. And I'm 23 now, but I remember that because my birthday is on Valentine's Day. I didn't really know what epilepsy was until I got diagnosed with it. If you YouTube epilepsy, you either see people having seizures or you see parents asking questions, is this a seizure? So that's all this video is. I'm just trying to explain my story and maybe someone will take something from it. I don't know. And before anybody leaves a comment, I know this hair looks like, look, through the camera it looks like I'm going to prom, but really it's just messy, so ignore that, please. There were a lot of things that were happening leading up to the day I had my first seizure that I had no idea, like, associated with that, I guess. I do this thing, I guess I should stop right there. If I do some of the things in this video, I'm not going to edit them out. I'm just going to keep pretending like it's normal. It's my normal now, but, so yeah, if you see me jump or twitch or make a weird noise or just anything random, ignore that, but it's part of it. So I'm not just wasting time. That has to do with me, because I'm special. There were things that I was doing that I didn't know about. One of them, I used to jump. I call it jumping, and it's where your body just voluntarily makes a movement of some sort, and sometimes it got really bad, and I never thought twice about it because it's just something that I did, and me and my family laughed about it, and that was that. But some days it got really bad. My example, I have two examples, one in school, one at home. Every morning I would go to brush my teeth. That part of it. Something with my diaphragm and wah, but it just tenses up everything and it's sad. But I can't help it, and I do it all the time, and it kills my neck. Oh my god. But yeah. So I would go to brush my teeth, and I would throw the toothbrush and have no idea why I was throwing my toothbrush. Because some mornings it would be so bad that I would fall, or I would lean over and hit my head on the sink, we didn't know what. But it also got really bad one day when I was in school. I carry a lot of stuff, always. It feels so weird because I know I'm not going to edit it out. But anyways, I jumped so bad that I dropped all of my bag. We would all just laugh about it, and that'd be it. No big deal. And then I also made this really weird, obnoxious noise, and I still make it to this day. It's a mixture. It sounds like a really loud hiccup / bird. Like, it's really weird, but I can't control it. I don't know what's about to happen, but it's so loud. Everything about epilepsy is embarrassing. My story begins on a Saturday night. I was a waitress at this place, and I walked up to the table, and there were 4 ladies sitting there, and I remember I walked up to them, and I said nothing. Like, I couldn't think, like, I was looking at them, and they were looking at me, but nothing. My mind was blank. What felt like an hour was a good 2 minutes of just staring, and they were looking at each other like, well, is she gonna say anything? Is she like, what's going on? I couldn't gather my thoughts. It was sad. But I remember I walked to like the back, and I was like, those people think I'm an idiot. Like, I'm just fucking weird. I can't say that. So that Saturday night, that had happened to me, and then I had went to a party. I really felt disconnected from everybody. So I went to bed early, and I had to get up early because that Sunday I had to be at work. I got up at 8 that morning and was jumping really bad, and I had to go to my car to get all my stuff. So I was staying with my friend. So she had gotten up because I was up, and I was jumping before I walked to my car, and everyone was aware of it, that sometimes it got so bad that I would fall, or that, something would happen. So luckily I have good friends that watched out for me in a caring way and not a judgmental way, because it is kind of embarrassing. But I had gotten up, went to my car, got my stuff, and I was walking back up the steps, and I jumped a little bit. Well, I jumped enough that I dropped my stuff. I think she had heard me drop my stuff, but when she rounded the corner to look at me again, I jumped so bad that I threw everything, and I fell on the steps. And she was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" and said that I didn't say anything to her. This is stuff I was told because I don't remember any of this. She said that my eyes were so weird looking that I was just in a daze. And she said I completely passed her. I left all my stuff thrown out everywhere. And by the time I had made it, or she had made it back into her room, that I had knocked everything off her roommate's desk, and I had fallen and hit my head on a chair, but then I was laying on the floor and I was convulsing. She called 911. Then she called my mom. So I woke up in the hospital with my mom, all these people asking me questions, and I had no idea what was going on. So that's where it all started. Well, from that point on, my life changed completely. I could never get a break with medicine. But I think the first thing they put me on was Keppra. Didn't like it. The way it made your body feel was just weird, and I didn't like it. Then they put me on Depakote, and that's the miracle drug that everybody takes it, and it works for everybody. Well, not everybody's the same. And that pill made me want to hurt you and hurt myself and cry and everything, and for no reason. And when I hear that little kids are on Depakote, it kills me because they can't express their feelings in a way that makes sense, probably. So I do not recommend that to anybody. They then took me off of that because I wanted to kill myself, really. And I think Lamictal was after that. I'm pretty sure they put me on Lamictal after that, and it was okay. The tingle, it would make my fingers and stuff numb. There was this one doctor who was an ass. He was so rude and so mean, and oh my gosh. And we were asking questions because this was all new to us, And he sent me to the hospital that night, and he overdosed me. And I was sitting there, and my mom, her question was, how much do you know to give her? And he knows because he's the doctor. I think that was his comment. I do not like that man. But so that medicine didn't work for me because it almost killed me. They then put me on Topamax, and I still take Topamax. Not my choice. Side effects to Topamax, in a nutshell, it makes you skinny and it makes you dumb. To gather my thoughts is harder than it's ever been. When I was taking Topamax like I was supposed to, I was down to 90 pounds, and I could see my ribs. Initially I was like, oh, that's great, because that's all people want in this world, is to be skinny. But to not be able to think or remember anything is the saddest feeling. My life before and my life after having epilepsy is insanely different. My mind was so sharp, and you could show me something and I could do it right then. And the only thing I'm good now to remember are words and lyrics. So I think that's why I chose music to be my best interest, because it came the easiest to me after a while. Being just on Topamax, I got lost a lot. I drove the same roads every single day. I didn't know where I was, who I was, what I was doing. So I called my mom, and she would talk me through it, well, what do you see? Just keep driving, and finally get me home. It's very sad. So I'm on Topamax now. I take it occasionally. I take Lamictal some because I feel like it balances everything out, but Zonagran, it's Zrangran. But anyways, that one has worked the best for me so far. That's the one I take most of. Well, actually no, it's not. I have Klonopin, and Klonopin stops my seizures. My seizures can last from, oh my God, 10 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes. It's ranged that far before. And it doesn't stop it immediately. It stops it within like 5 minutes, but it usually takes about 2. I have to take 2. And then because I fight my body when I have a seizure, like I'm literally fighting myself, I am exhausted. Like you just sleep the rest of the day. I don't know if all myoclonic epilepsy has to do with hormones, but mine mostly has to do with hormones. I have not researched that. I'm not too sure. I can't remember all the pills I've been on, but I've been on a lot, so I'm just trying to explain how I felt on them. Most of my seizures happen in the morning. Things I can't do. I can't wake up like startled. I can't brush my teeth as soon as I wake up. I have to like wake up and slowly progress. I can't sleep with my electric blanket. Love it. But my body does not. My life is over. I have my laptop. It has to sit on something before it can sit on my lap, because if I leave it on my lap for like 5 minutes, my legs go crazy. Anything electronic wise, I can't. I know you shouldn't sleep by your phone, but I used to. I feel like my phone's always on me. Strobe lights. Oh, me and strobe lights don't get along at all. I feel like everything affects epilepsy. Everything. That was one. It sucks. I have had a seizure driving once because it was early. My brain's different. It's special. And my cousin had passed me on the road and called my mom. My mom is like superwoman, okay? She is amazing. She said when she opened my door, like I was having a seizure in my car, and when she opened my door, she said I just like fell into her arm. She said I was foaming at the mouth and my eyes were rolled back, like everything. When I woke up, I had the EMS lady like on this side of me, and then I had my mom. My mom's always there, and she always, like, you're not supposed to hold someone when they're convulsing, but she's always there to like protect me and stuff. And she always says it's gonna be okay, because well, when when I woke up, they ask you like things that you would know. And my mom said that the first question they asked me, she looked at her and said she wouldn't know that if she like weren't laying here, so you should ask her something else, because they wouldn't let me sit up until I answered something I knew. But I thought that was funny. Most of my seizures happen in the morning. I can't take a nap or else they'll happen. Like I can't sleep a short amount of time. I have to sleep. So I know when I'm about to have one, because really the things look so different through your eyes. I don't take all my pills like I'm supposed to. My theory, which I know it's probably wrong, but I even told my doctor I do this. I don't feed myself pills just to sleep them off. I need them to function like during the day, not to waste, because it's expensive. It just sucks. Everything sucks. I had to get an EEG. Having to be in the hospital for like a week. And so weird. They keep you up and then they let you fall asleep for like 30 minutes, I think it was. They try to get you to have a seizure because they hook all these things up to your head, like a ton of cords. The ones on your head, there were like 130 of them. It was ridiculous. And then they wrap your head all up. You look like a cone head. It's really cool. Well, then they woke us up, and you had a button to hit that brought everyone in there and had a siren go off on your door or whatever. You had to have someone in there. My mom was in there with me, of course. And she hit the button, and they come in there, and they ask you questions while you're having a seizure. And you're in a room, remind that there's a light on you. They will not turn that light off for nothing. There's a camera straight in front of you up top and a light that has to stay on, so you had to deal with that. But the outcome of my EEG was that I had never, I think there's 3 stages of sleep, and I never went past 2. And I hadn't been sleeping for a really long time, and I guess it just caught up to me. And that's how it started, I guess. It just sucks. Everything sucks. Yeah, so that was my lovely story. that's it. Thanks for watching. See you later.